everyone, I'm Lynn, and for today's topic we are going to discuss devolution of government. So here's the question that was sent to me. This person asked, what is your read on the concept of devolution of government? Patel Patriot on Telegram has a series on this concept. Thanks for your consideration of the topic, and have a link on my blog if you want to check it out that goes into more detail about what exactly this is and what people have researched. So when I looked at this topic and I focused on it, especially in reference to the former administration, and I will just heads up here, I try to avoid saying names as much as possible because I know the algorithms are out there trying to calculate who says what and what words and all those kind of things. So I'm referring to the administration that was there prior to this current administration, putting things in place to nullify the power of the current people in charge and hand the power back to the states themselves. It is possible, but I'm trying to see if it's probable and already in motion. So legally wise, it can happen, but is it really happening? That's really what we want to know here. And I know many people are upset with the current state of affairs. Situations are happening, both foreign and domestic, that warrant concern. The image of the country that we have today doesn't even look like something we can recognize in comparison to 10, even 5, even 3 years ago. It's really changed that much. People are looking for something, really anything that can provide a glimmer of hope. And when I ask this question of devolution, I get that Trumpet did look for insurance as he knew what he was up against, but the challenge was to find people that would and could help him. So even though he may know what he needs to do, you still need other people that are going to help you put this plan in place. So I do see that it is somewhat in place, but it isn't easy, and the states themselves have to fight for their individual freedoms. I see that something was written up to shift the power to the individual states. It won't be an automatic passing of the torch. It's not automatic. It's not this guarantee, but rather the states now have to go through some kind of a legal or seceding process in order to make it happen. The path is paved, but it's up to the states to fight for it. Again, we have to fight for what it is we want. Nothing is going to be just bestowed and given to you. That's not how progress and change happens. I do see this eventually happening with some of the more conservative leaning states, but it's going to take time. Before it's done, I see this country divided into two different countries. I've seen this for a while and I keep seeing it. There will be a more liberal side and a more conservative side. And if you go and you think back, and this is what I was reminded of during this reading, regardless of the political views, people wanted the same things and goals. They wanted to prosper. They wanted a better lives for their kids. They had all these desires and these goals and things that they wanted for them, for their children, for their lineage, and all of that. We just had two different ways that we saw getting to the same end piece. But now the vision of the end goal, that in itself is also different. So not only do we want different things, the end goal of what our vision for this country is so different that it's almost like we've reached this point of no return until an altercation of some sorts occurs. And I see that it's imminent that it will happen that way. When I think on this topic, I keep seeing the Hunger Games in my mind's eye. And to some degree, we've turned into this in both the attitude that we have. I mean, everything is about entertainment and watching people suffer for other people's joy. There's a lot of sick people out there that are using other people, maybe underprivileged people, maybe people that are poor, maybe it's kids, for their own enjoyment rather than having this humanistic side, this compassionate side. We're turning on each other in ways that weren't so popular before, but now it's just very different. And so for something to progress and to change, it's almost like you have to destroy what's already there so something new and better can be created. And I get that we're at that pivotal point that there's no going back. We have reached that point now where it would be next to impossible to reset everything. So sadly, that's where I see where we are and where we're headed. It feels parallel to the Hunger Games, using people for your enjoyment, and eventually another district is going to come in and take over, and what is there and in place is going to have to crumble so something new can be created. And even though that's kind of somber, that's where I see things headed. And so again, thank you so much for listening and taking time. Please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that we've reached that point of no return as well? If you want to see any more of my topics, get a reading for yourself, put in a topic of your own, please go check me out on my blog. I also have links in my description box if you want to support the blog in any way in this channel. Again, I'll leave you with that. I am Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.